That's right, Sarah. They're worried about him making comments both inside the courthouse and outside the courthouse and on social media. This was the news that came out Monday night, even though trial wasn't in session that day during the long July 4th holiday. Prosecutors did file this request for a gag order on Martin Shkreli and all counsel in the trial, saying essentially that these comments he's made when he wandered into a room full of reporters on Friday during a trial recess and outside the courthouse and on social media risks tainting the jury. Now, this morning, the judge ruled on that. Essentially, that's how the day began. Agreeing with Shkreli's defense attorney, Ben Brofman, that he won't make these comments anymore, saying essentially all your client has to do is stop talking in the courthouse and around the perimeter of the courthouse, to which Brofman, the defense attorney, responded there will be no more commenting by Mr. Shkreli. Now, in that order, prosecutors also requested that Shkreli be barred from making comments on social media. They asserted that he had been using a handle BLM Bro to make comments and others on Twitter, even though he had been banned from that platform back in January. As of this morning, that account had been suspended. Also this morning, we learned from prosecutors that multiple plea offers had been on the table for Martin Shkreli leading up to the beginning of the trial. Brofman, the defense attorney, saying Shkreli responded, quote, "I would never plead guilty to something I did not do. We're going to trial." And that trial, of course, continues today, guys. We'll bring you any more news from inside the courthouse. Back to you.
Hey, Meg, on arrivals and departures from the courthouse, are reporters now expected to not try to elicit a response or ask him any questions at all?
The judge didn't really say anything about the media, despite Brofman, the defense attorney, blaming Shkreli's words and actions on questions from the media, including us. So, you know, we actually on Friday were directing our questions to Brofman himself, to the defense attorney, when Shkreli spoke over him in response to us. So, you know, it appears that Mr. Brofman will still be able to comment to media as he requested in his response to the order, saying essentially he needed to be able to talk to media because of what he called biased coverage, and he needed to be able to respond to that.
So, Meg, how's the actual trial going? Or is it just one big distraction after another because of his behavior and his profile?
You know, after a slow start, Sarah, with a slow jury selection process, the trial's been moving along fairly quickly. We're already on our second witness of the day today. The prosecution really digging into the details of the case. Of course, Shkreli has been accused of 8 counts of securities fraud, conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and conspiracy to commit wire fraud, to which he's pleaded not guilty on all of those counts. So we're really moving through into the details. One of the witnesses this morning was questioned in depth about what short selling is. So it's starting to get into the sort of nitty-gritty here.
Wow. Meg, we'll continue to come to you for guidance on how it's going. Meg Tirrell, outside the courthouse.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.